Stop it. Behave yourself.
Hello and welcome to Point Blank, where we sniff out the issues on the ground and bring them to you point blank. I'm Evon.
And I'm Nicola. Yep, we've definitely sniffed out something exciting. It's our pet special tonight. That's why I have my poodle on my lap. His name is called Kaya.
And Kaya is among friends tonight. In our living room tonight, we have Grayson Cheng, who's the editor of Pets magazine. We have Dr. Chua Ling Yen, who prefers having pets to children. That's Ruffles, you see there, her black Scottish Terrier. Also, here's Stanley Chua, who just opened a new doggy daycare called Ginny and Friends. That's a Labrador. Yeah, we guessed it, her name's Ginny. So we have quite a few dogs in our show tonight. Maybe a little bit, help us to know a little bit more about your dogs. How old's Kaya?
Oh, Kaya's 7. He's pretty old now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can't really tell. She's like sprightly.
Yeah, he looks small and puppy-like.
Puppy-like. Yeah,
How old is Ruffles?
Ruffles?
Ruffles is 2.5.
2.5. Kaya, you're an old man.
How about Ginny?
Ginny is 5 years old.
Ginny's 5 years old.
Okay.
Wow, we've got quite a wide range of ages here tonight. Okay, that's great. Well, we see that, you know, there's a trend of... Do you think there's a trend of more and more dog lovers in Singapore?
Yep, I think so. I think more people are owning dogs now. Okay.
Do you think so? As the editor of a Pets magazine?
Yeah, definitely. I think pet ownership has risen, the numbers have risen, but although, you know, no one has actually done a proper statistic count, but from the sale of pet food and accessories, I mean, more and more every year, I think is definitely the case.
So what does that mean to, you know, a pet owner like you who prefers having dogs to children?
I actually disagree with you in terms of about pet ownership rising. I think that there's always been... I mean, I grew up with dogs. Our family had, Great Danes and German Shepherds and stuff
large
like
dogs.
that. Yeah, big dogs. This is my first small dog. But I noticed that there are more pedigree dogs and more toy dogs, and also like pampering them. That's different. We just used to leave the dog in the garden. The dog just fended for themselves. So although I had dogs before, it's not. I didn't used to pamper my German Shepherd, but I really spoiled her.
I think really put a shirt on the German Shepherd.
I think the smaller they get, the more you pamper them.
Yeah.
Okay. The thing is, with Singapore becoming more and more high-rise, high-rise living, small dogs become a necessity. It's not like you have a choice to put a big dog in your small apartment. Well, seems like whether it's dog or whether it's a cat, when you talk about pets, I think maybe Stan and Ross have got an idea. Well, they have decided to open a doggy daycare. It's called Ginny and Friends. So Ginny is the boss and they have friends.
And Ginny and friends.
That's right. Ginny is a Labrador and she's the boss of Ginny and Friends, the doggy
Obviously,
daycare.
because her name is, very big there.
Yes, you can say that too.
So, while I checked out what the daycare center is about, in fact, they gave RazorTV a sneak preview to their doggy daycare at Upper Thomson Road. Well, they're not officially open till next Monday, but let's take a look for now. Well, we've all heard about childcare for kids, but have you ever heard of daycare for dogs? Well, apparently here at Ginny and Friends, that's what they do, where dogs play all day. Come on, let's take a look inside and speak with Stan and Ross, the couple who owns this place. Follow me. Hi Stan, hi Ross. So this is where dogs play all day, yeah?
That's right.
Which of these dogs is Ginny? Okay. Well, she knows her name. Actually, Stan and Ross are not open for business yet because they have yet to be launched, but they have brought their friends here to bring their dogs here to play with Ginny. First up, if a dog wants to be part of this daycare, what must happen first?
Okay, first and foremost, we'll do temperament testing for the dog, because over here is completely cage-free, so we want to make sure that the dogs are sociable types. We cannot take aggressive dogs. So we will do a temperament testing, and Ginny is a tester. If they pass the test with Ginny, they are in.
How big is this space for big dogs?
Okay, over here we are talking about almost 1,002 square feet, with another small dog area over the other side, which is also partitioned off. And what we have here are, as you can see, completely cage-free. So the dogs get to play, get to run, get to do all the exercises that they need. All right, and then on top of that, we have this beds here. It's supposed to be supportive, orthopedic, and it's supposed to be good for their dogs. All right, and then the tiles that we have These are called tough flex flooring.
This flooring?
Yeah. This is the same types that, some of those fitness centers they use. Very sturdy, hardy, and it's supposed to be anti-fatigue, such that when the dogs play all day, the paws do not get too overdone, over-scratched. Yeah? And then anti-stress as well.
Okay, so meaning these tiles don't wear out.
That's right, they don't wear out easily. It's good for the dogs. And they're anti-porous, meaning that, if they urinate, the urine doesn't seep through that easily.
Okay, so it keeps it hygienic and all that.
Right. Okay. And then, of course, we have the clean air. We have the air purifier to make sure that the whole place stays fresh. Clean water all the time, yeah? And then we bring them out for twice daily walk. And then we have this little room here. This is a timeout area. There will always be someone in the room with them. So whenever we see any dogs that's too rowdy, we pull them in, we make them sit inside until they cool down. We try to just separate the bigger breeds from the smaller breeds.
What's the principle behind this?
Well, I think some small dogs and big dogs just don't mix. And I do not want accidents.
And you're a grooming center here as well, right?
That's right.
So which is the place you...
Okay, that's the room there where we have our grooming service. It's a simple setup, but sufficient. This is only a beginning. We hope to eventually add another table for grooming. We have all the facilities necessary for full grooming and basic grooming. And what we do is we provide grooming services for our daycare customers at discounted rate and also to the public. And they get baths as well. A proper bathtub set up inside here for all size dogs.
I noticed that there are webcams, in every area of this daycare. Why did you think of such a thing like that?
When their dogs are in the daycare center, the owners get to log in. During the office hours, during the lunchtime, they get to see their friends at play. And they can even tell their friends overseas to just log in and see their friends at play.
Well, if you're busy working during the daytime and want to make sure that your pet, your furry friend, has the best of care, why not put him up for doggy daycare? While at Ginny and Friends, you probably won't be barking up the wrong tree.
Okay, go.
That's Ginny and Friends. And here are Ginny's two friends, newfound friends, I say.
Yes.
Ginny's got a lot of friends now.
That's right. Miss Stan, you'd like to tell us a bit about why you decided to open a facility like a doggy daycare.
Okay.
Why is such an idea?
I think firstly it's because we have love for dog. And one thing, because you're young, you've been drilling big dogs and other things. And when you pass away, you kind of miss them, right? So that's where we started with that. So 2 years ago, my wife started in grooming side first. That's where only 2 years ago, after that, we decided to move into that area. So it's very much because we love dogs, to play in a safe and fun environment, which we're looking for it.
Okay, when you say looking for it, do you mean that you feel that, there aren't facilities the way you want them? Is there something lacking?
I think there is facilities, but it's a very different concept. I think some people is an open field, dog run area, okay? But each time when it's raining season, you couldn't find a place to run because it's muddy. Right? So that's where we began to really searching for a place where we can indoor facilities, aircon, and it's safe environment and fun environment.
Ling, do you find that sort of problem with during rainy days to take your dog out or in existing pet hotels in Singapore where they're caged up and they're not roaming free?
Yeah, I think it's great that Ginny opened this because we used to bring Ruffles to the West Coast.
Yeah, Ginny. This is Ginny.
It's got in the head that Ginny's the owner.
Ginny's the boss. Ginny's the boss.
She's the boss.
Yeah. And, whenever it was raining, all the regulars at the dog run that we went to, everybody didn't know what to do with their dogs. Yeah, it's muddy, and she gets so dirty.
Yeah, such a horrible
so
thing to
she's
clean.
black, so the mud really stands out very much in contrast. Yeah. So, as an editor of a pets magazine, what do you think of a concept like what Stan and Ross have? A doggy daycare, fully air conditioned, open roaming space.
I think the concept is definitely catching on. It started very much in Western countries like the States and London and Australia, where the pet care standards is much higher than Singapore. And as the population here gets more involved in pet ownership, of course, such things come in. And plus the fact that a lot of Singaporeans, they are very busy at work. So a doggy daycare, when the wife and the husband, kids, staying in one apartment and both of them go out to work, the dog is left at home. And sometimes when dogs are left at home, sometimes they develop anxiety problems. Sometimes they don't get enough walks because when they come back at the end of the day, the owners, I mean, they're too tired to walk the dog. So it's a good idea to have such services available.
Because the dogs get lots of exercise when they're roaming about in the open space. Yeah, so that sort of fits your profile, doesn't it, Stan? That you were a dog owner like this, living in one apartment, you have no kids, and you have a dog who you miss during the day until you come home to at night.
Right.
So how do you think that your concept is different from pet hotels, for instance?
I think the difference is that we did put ones in the hotel that comes back. I think it's because they are so much caged up. They have an enclosed space because of space-wise. It's just kind of like, I would say that the dog just only allowed to walk in and to come out. There's a bit limited space for them to run. So each time when they come back from it, it may not help them because they're so enclosed. So that's why we say that's the difference. We want to do something that is cage-free for them to roam around, play with, social with different dogs. I think that's
Is that important to you as a pet owner?
Oh, extremely. Actually, I'm glad Stan mentioned about socializing with other dogs because my dog is very friendly and loves meeting other dogs. But the problem with dog runs is that no one tests the temperaments of the dogs.
That's right.
Yeah.
So sometimes you get aggressive dogs that end up
quite
fighting.
dangerous.
Yeah.
There are a few dog runs that do test temperaments, like the one in Bishan or something.
I think they have stopped.
Yeah.
Oh, they have stopped. Okay, okay. So, but there are very few dog runs who do so because it's just really free for all. You want to bring your dog, just bring your dog.
Correct.
Right?
Because I think it's also, the other part is also about this center is that is only a spayed or neutered dog is allowed to go in.
So no accidents?
So no accident.
You won't have some
That's
weird mix. You come home like,
Yeah.
Okay. So you have such a tiny dog like, like Kaya. Do you think that, space is an important issue when you want to choose between maybe a pet hotel or an apartment, like your own apartment, or somewhere like doggy daycare, like Stan's doggy daycare?
I think, space is proper. I mean, even if you're very small, you would want space to walk around. Like, no one likes being trapped up in a cage, and Kaya wouldn't either. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Right. But Stan, for you actually went to the US. It's interesting that you mentioned that the West is is ahead of Singapore in terms of the pet care.
That's true.
So what did you go to US to do?
Okay, I went to US because I was looking for a place to do the training and also to debating whether to do a dog handling courses or really to run a center. So looking at it at Australia and US, and then we're looking at US and said there was much more. It's like every street you have one daycare center, and that's how popular it is in US. And I think it's also because their culture and it's so open for dogs to roam around. So that's why I went to US to be trained in how to take care of how to do temperament tests and to run the whole operation of a daycare center.
Yeah, down to the webcams that you have in your areas.
There's actually something highly specialized. Yeah, I never thought it would be so highly specialized.
Right. So I think that's the thing is that the webcam also provide that when the people boarding and put their place, the kind of daycare, when they travel overseas, they still can log into the webcam and look at the dog, how their dog is doing.
Yeah.
I think that's the plus point.
Yeah, that's certainly appealing to people who are
so
at
it will
work
not be
with their pets.
I call it separation anxiety for parents.
Actually, it's more for the humans and the dogs are fine, having fun with all the rest of their friends. Well, that's really appealing for people who really love their pets. Some of them who actually love their pets even more than the appeal of having children. Well, for now we'll go for a break, but we'll be right back with more on pets. Stay with us on Point Blank.
You are so